What is going on, guys? Mcskillet here with another CSGO video, and today I've got a really cool new video that's going to be the most expensive loadout for CSGO. And the person that owns one of the most expensive inventories in the world, he actually has the most expensive loadout, so the most expensive skin when you just add up each skin for each weapon, he actually owns that, and he was nice enough to let me test out all of his skins. He dropped them in-game for me, so I've got a bit of an exclusive video for you guys with some of the most high-tier items for CSGO. Some really crazy stuff in this video. Nothing in this video is modded in. These are all actual skins that are owned by someone, and yeah, this just an absolutely crazy inventory. I have a full video on all of his collection, but he actually has some new stuff as well. But I'll be showing off everything in game, and I'll be providing the pricing in this video. I know you guys really like it when I put the prices on. It does take a while, but I'll be doing it for this video. So let's get right into the first skin, which is already in the gameplay right here. The Stat Track Factory New Karambit Crimson Web. One of the most high tier items for CSGO. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the best webbing, definitely not the best one out there, but I mean still, this is worth easily over $15,000 I believe. I know the buyout on this was set to $20,000, not entirely sure what it sold for, but I would say it's over $15,000 for this knife at the moment. One with good webbing, probably worth over $25,000, but still just one of the most, probably the most expensive knife for CSGO besides the Factory New Blue Gem owned by Skyliner. But this is the Stat Track Factory New Karambit Crimson Web, his T-side knife. But he's got some other knives as well. For his CT knife, I asked him to put on his Karambit Blue Gem, which is double-sided. And he also has a Stat Track Factory New Karambit Black Pearl, which might be worth a little bit more than this one, but I thought this would be a cool one to test out because it's not a knife that you can mod in. There's no way to mod in blue gems unless you get really lucky with having a knife that has the same pattern ID, which there's basically no chance of that happening. So this is a very hard knife to mod in, but I actually was able to test it out because there's a knife drop command for CSGO, if you guys didn't know about that. That's the command right there, and the skin screenshot map. The link to this map will also be in the description. It already has that enabled, so you're actually able to drop knives at people, which is pretty cool. And this is his dual-sided blue gem, the same pattern that Hiko had on his knife. And I was actually a little bit disappointed on this. I mean, it is really cool how it's double-sided, but there's a lot of blue missing on the tip. And it looks a lot more blue when you inspect it in an inventory than in-game. But still, really high-tier knife, super cool how it's blue on both sides. Probably worth at least $4,000, maybe $5,000 or more, but I'm just going to say the minimum prices for a lot of these skins, because they're really hard to price, because a lot of these are like one-in-the-world items. But this next skin is absolutely insane. I believe this is the number 3 or number 4 lowest float dragon lure in the world, and it has 4 iBuyPower holos on it, which were all applied only 2 or 3 days ago, and they were applied by the guy that owns this himself. So that means he spent a good $8,000 just crafting this lure, and this lure can probably sell for $4,000 without the stickers. But I don't know if there's really any like mortals that can rebuy a skin like this. There's probably only a couple people that can really afford this shit, but if he wanted to resell it, he could probably get over $10,000. Just the only one in the world with 4 iBuyPower holos, just crafted a couple days ago. An insane skin right here. I can't believe I actually got to test it out. One of the most valuable items in CSGO. And for the AK-47, this guy owns the most expensive AK-47 skin in existence. What you're looking at right here, there is no AK-47 that's worth more than the one he has right here. This is a Stat Track Factory New AK-47 Fire Servant, a skin worth $3,000 or more, and it has 4 iBuyPower holos on it. There isn't any other Stat Track Factory New AK-47 Fire Servants that have any iBuyPower holos, but this one has 4 on it, which I believe he applied all himself. This guy's pretty much the king of the iBuyPower holos and really expensive skins. An $8,000 plus AK if he wanted to resell it probably. But yeah, just another insane item for CSGO. And next up, he has a Stat Track M4A4 Howl Factory New with 4 iBuyPower holos on it as well. And this also has a .007 float, and I believe no one that has a float lower than that is willing to sell theirs. It's really hard to get a low float non-duped Howl, and this one is non-duped and super low float, and it's got the 4 iBuyPower holos on it. Just probably worth over $10,000 as well. It may even be worth more than the Dragon Lure, but it's a little bit hard to tell because I believe the Dragon Lure starts to add. I don't really know the super low float Howl prices because this skin is rarely ever traded, but just the most expensive M4A4 skin for CSGO is the one right here, by a very good amount I believe as well. Now for this next set of items, I really apologize if the prices are not like spot on, because I don't think really anyone knows the spot on value for a lot of these items, because there's hardly any skins that have 4 Titan Hollows or 4 iBuyPower Hollows in the world. This guy owns a very decent chunk of all the ones that exist. But here he has a Stat Track Factory New Desert Eagle Crimson Web with 4 Titan Hollows. I believe the Titan Hollow sells for like 600 keys right now, so I kind of tried to take like around 50% value of the stickers and maybe a little less than that depending on how desirable the skin was. These are just my estimated prices for the minimum amount this would sell for, and I'm gonna go ahead and estimate $2,000 plus on this Deagle right here. Pretty sick skin, and it's already like $300 without the stickers on it anyway. Now what you're looking at right here is the most expensive light blue skin for CSGO. Yes, this is a light blue skin worth $1,500 or more because it's a P250 Gunsmoke with 4 iBuyPower Hollows on it. And it's really hard to tell the price on this. I really do not know what this would sell at. I mean, there's so little people that would buy something like this. But basically, most skins that have 4 iBuyPower Hollows can sell for over $2,000, but since this is kind of like a weird skin, it's a light gray skin, not the most desired skin, I just put it at $1,500 plus, because I'm really not sure what you could actually resell this at. And here he has a Glock skin. I think this is actually really sick, and I do think the stickers look awesome on this. And it's the Stat Track Glock Blue Fisher with 4 Titan Hollows on it, factory new. And the skin's relatively rare to get factory new. It's only like $50 on the Steam market. It's still kind of expensive for only a blue skin actually. And yeah, I'd say $1,500 plus because the placement's really nice on it and it's factory new. So there is a lot of people that would probably be interested in buying this. But next up we have the 4 Titan Hollow USPS Orion. And what is this glitch? There's this new glitch with the knife drop command, I guess, where if someone drops a knife, they just start like, I don't even fucking know. He's walking around like sliding. I do not understand that shit. That's pretty funny though, but really high tier USPS skin, probably worth over $2,000 because Stat Track Factory New. Pretty high desired USPS with 4 Titan Hollows. And this guy has a crazy 5.7 skin. This is a Stat Track Minimal Wear Blue Gem, which he applied 4 Titan Hollows to. The prices on these Stat Track blue gems with the #1 pattern have gone up like crazy lately. I believe you have to pay like at least 700 keys in order to get a Stat Track Minimal Wear #1 pattern blue gem. And this one has 4 Titan Hollows on it, so that adds a ton of value. I would say probably worth over $3,000, maybe $3,400 plus. Pretty hard to value, but a super high tier skin right here. And this guy even has an insane auto skin, the Scar 20 Crimson Web Stat Track Factory New with 4 iBuyPower Hollows on it. And the weird thing about this skin is when you're not inspecting it, some of the iBuyPower Hollows look really weird. Like the one in the front, like I'm not even sure what's going on with that one. Looks super weird when you're not inspecting it, but really cool skin, and probably could resell for a lot because I don't believe there's any Scar 20s as nice as this one. And he also has a super high tier iBuyPower Hollow Tech 9 Titanium bit. And yeah, this also has an NIP Hollow in the very back of it. It has only 3 iBuyPower Hollows, but still really nice skin. I don't think there's any Tech 9s with this many Katowice 2014 iBuyPower Hollows, but this one's really nice, and another skin that's very hard to price, but well over $1,000 for it. So his skin for the AUG is the Akihabara Accept Factory New. It's got some of the Titan stickers on it, but I believe they're cheap $5 ones, not the more expensive foils, but still very high tier, expensive and rare AUG skin, around $800 to buy these, I believe, at the moment. Not my favorite skin, but it is a collector's item, and a lot of people do like this skin. And next up we have the Collector's Dream P90 skin, the Stat Track P90 Emerald Dragon. The prices of these have gone up a lot because you can't really get them anymore because they're from Bravo Case. Super rare, impossible to get in a trade up, and basically impossible to get Stat Track Factory New. But there's a couple that were unboxed ages ago, and I believe in order to get one nowadays you have to pay 500 keys. That's what the last one sold at, so I'm going to value it at around the $1,000 because, you know, you can buy keys from like PayPal sellers for $2, so that's how I'm doing the valuing for a lot of these items. And for the MP7, he has the Whiteout Factory New. A couple nice stickers from the Kluge Napoca tournament or whatever, from DreamHack. And not the most expensive ones though, I don't believe they add too much value, but they do look pretty nice on the MP7 Whiteout, and this usually sells for around $300 to $400 in the Steam market. kind of a changing price. But next up we have the Mag 7 Bulldozer. This actually isn't the most expensive Mag 7 skin. He doesn't have the most expensive skin for every weapon, but overall his loadout is worth more than I believe anyone else's loadout because of all his crazy Cato 14 skins. And next up he's got the StatTrak R8 Revolver Fade, which is $46 now. I mean, this is so cheap for a StatTrak Factory New Red skin. I mean, I got this skin when it was worth $400 from a trade up, so I feel kind of sad now knowing this is only $46 on the Steam market. That's actually pretty funny. Now for the Mac 10, he has the StatTrak Factory New Mac 10 Graven, which I believe is the most expensive Mac 10 skin by a good amount. Usually sells for over $100. There's one for $120 on the Steam market right now. And for his UMP, he has the Souvenir UMP Blaze, and I believe the Souvenir Fallout Warning one is probably worth a good amount more, but it's kind of hard to get a hold of those super rare Souvenir FN ones, but this is probably the most expensive one just by desire instead of insane rarity. And for the M249, he's got the StatTrak Factory New Nebula Crusader. I mean, there isn't really too many expensive skin options for the M249. This is probably one of the better ones, kind of a crazy looking skin. But that's his M249, and now for the Negev, he's got the Power Loader Factory New and StatTrak, only $8.46 on the Steam market, which I mean is actually a little bit expensive for a Negev skin, but actually a pretty nice looking skin. I also don't believe this is the most expensive Negev, but still, I mean, most of these skins aren't too expensive, so it doesn't make too much of a difference in his like overall inventory loadout value. And for the dualies, he's got the StatTrak Factory New Dual Berettas Marina, which are a pretty rare skin, not too expensive though because they are for the dualies and no one pays too much for dualie skins. $20 for a factory new one on the market. And next up he's got the MP9 Bulldozer, a very nice MP9 skin. I would definitely say it's the most expensive one and probably the nicest one as well. The Factory New Bulldozer, a very rare skin to get in the Factory New condition that not too many people sell, and I would say you have to pay at least $400 in order to get one. And for the the shotguns for the Nova and the XM, he's got the Blaze Orange skins. I definitely agree with this. I have these skins as well, and they're very nice for the shotguns and pretty rare to get factory new. Actually on the market, this skin is like $400 right now, but I don't think anyone actually pays that much for these. I got both of them for around $40 to $50, I believe, and now they're like $300 on the market, but I don't think that's what they actually sell at. I don't think anyone actually pays that much. So you can probably get this for a little bit more than $40 if you trade with someone that has it. Pretty hard to find skins though, because again, these are both skins that are very rare to get in the factory new condition, so not too many people have them. And they're pretty nice skins though, but for kind of uncommon weapons. And for the Bison, he's got the StatTrak Blue Streak Factory New. Pretty nice skin for the Bison. I believe the Modern Hunter Factory New might be worth a little bit more than this one, but this is definitely the most valuable StatTrak one, and a pretty nice skin for the Bison. Next up, he's got the FAMAS Spitfire Factory New, one of my favorite FAMAS skins. It's $188 on the Steam market right now, which is kind of expensive, and not sure if it actually sells for that price, but again, very nice FAMAS, definitely the rarest one, and probably the most valuable. For the G3 SG1, he actually has the Executioner StatTrak Minimal Wear. He just picked this one up because I told him that it's the most expensive auto skin, and it's also really rare to get the skin in the minimal wear condition, of course. And for the SG, he's also got the Bulldozer, another very nice skin, and it's pretty easy to get the skin in a trade up though, so it's not nearly as rare as the MP9. It's also a lot newer than the MP9, but still nice skin for the SG553. And for the Sawed-Off, he's got the Sawed-Off Orange Digipat StatTrak Factory New, I believe. Another, definitely the most expensive Sawed-Off skin, and very rare to get in the StatTrak Factory New condition. A pretty old skin as well. And finally, he has the Souvenir Galil AR Cerberus Factory New. Very hard to tell the price on this as well, but I'd say it's worth at least $250. I think it's kind of jacked up on the market right now, but they usually sell for around $200 to $250, but I guess now they're worth a little more because I guess a lot of them have been bought. But that is pretty much it for this video. Massive shout out to the guy that let me record this. An exclusive showcase of the most expensive loadout for CSGO. So I definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took quite a while to make, but I thought this was just absolutely crazy, some of those Cato Vista 2014 stickered skins. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm Mcskillet, and I'm out.